Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, hump day, October 14th, 2015. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, cool breeze, absolutely gorgeous this morning. Just unbelievable today. It's about time. We've had rain for like the last 3 weeks, so it's kind of nice to see the sunshine. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Today's got a lot to talk about today. Got 6 currency pairs to look at. We'll talk about some news and some indices and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator for the market opening preview series, which is brought to you every single day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do record this during the Asia session. Traders, I started trading in 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, it's 8 years, traders, and I'm still in Thailand and absolutely loving living in Asia and love the Asian Thai food and the people great. And the biggest nice thing is the time zone. If you're trading Forex, which we know is a 24-hour market, I can basically be in all 3 sessions and still get a good night's rest. And that only gives me about 3 hours into the New York session as it does start to get late. Traders, I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities to enter trades that are beneficial on my side where I can win the trade. And doing that, we use a couple of things. We use fundamentals, which are very important. I don't trade the fundamental numbers. I trade fundamentals maybe an hour, 45 minutes afterwards. But mostly I'm a technical trader, and I look at charts, candlestick formations, and use the Fibonacci tool quite a bit in my trading, as you'll see. All right, that's enough about me. And I start early in the morning, about 6 a.m. in the morning, and I end about 11 o'clock at night. It's a long day, but I don't sit in front of my charts all that time, my friends. I do get breaks, 2 hours here, an hour and a half there, and sometimes I don't even go into New York, and I go out for dinner. All right, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Let's get moving here. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at how the indices did. Let's take a look at the New York session. Looks like a lot of red to me. The Dow 30 was negative 0.29%. The S&P 500 was negative 0.68%, with the NASDAQ negative 0.87%. And the small cap 2000 was negative 1.54%. That is not a good thing. Let's take a look at what's going on over in the Eurozone. Again, a lot of red. The DAX closed negative 0.86%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 0.45%. The CAC 40 out of Paris closed negative 0.97%, and the Euro Stocks 50 out of Frankfurt closed negative 0.80%. Unbelievable, lots of red trades. Let's get on over to Asia, where these countries are currently trading and are open and all in the red. The Nikkei 225 is down 1.86%. The S&P ASX 200 is down 0.41%. The Shanghai is down 0.33%. The Hang Seng is down 0.77%. And the Kospi is also in the red out of Seoul at 0.46% negative. Wow. Lots of negativity, lots of red in the markets. All right, let's get over to our economic calendar and see what we have on the run for today. We did have some data come out early today. Nothing high impact, that looks like to me. New Zealand Governor Wheeler spoke earlier today, and we do have some high impact data in Asia, which is China CPI year on year and PPI year on year. So let's take a look at those. Okay, so China CPI year on year came in the red at 1.6, and they were expecting 1.8. Medium impact, they had PPI year on year, and that came in at 5.9, and it was expected negative 5.9, so that was within expectations. In the London session today, we have the Great British Pound as average earnings index, 3-month, and they're expecting 3.1%. And also they have climate count change. They're expecting negative 2.3%. And when we get further down into our day, heading towards the U.S. session, we have out of the U.S. core retail sales month on month, we have PPI month on month and retail sales month on month. So quite a busy day for data. Keep your economic calendars up and alive and well, as I think we're going to need them today, my friends. All right. I didn't see anything outlandish yesterday. A lot of these pairs didn't move like the euro. We're going to go to that chart in just a moment. It was pretty much sideways. The Euro Aussie made a big move to the downside, sold off as the Aussie gained some strength. So I didn't see anything outlandish. Nobody said anything crazy. So tonight this is going to be a good trading day. A good Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday are always good trading days. The markets closed in the negative. The U.S. markets closed in the negative. So we'll see how it goes. And I think we have a good trading day where you just follow your plans and watch your economic calendar. I think that's the main thing for today. All right, let's take a look at some currency pairs and see if we can get some trade plans out. This is a euro dollar. This euro dollar, if you take a look, it's been up at this, it's been above this 1300 area. Now it's at 1394. It did pop above the 1400 there just for a candle or two and came back down. And it's been in a range for like the last 48 hours. So, last 2 days, it really hasn't done anything. I'm waiting for it to break below this daily pivot, and we can enter it at 1.1373. We'll get out at the 200 exponential moving average at 1.1335. So it's a nice 40 pip trade. We just got to wait. We got a big blue candle here, and this was taken within the half hour, so that's a current candle. So, we just want to sell this. I just want to sell the euro dollar. This is definitely not a change of trend. I don't expect this to head up much longer. I expect this just to go back down. We just need to see some dollar strength. The dollar has been really weak the last 2 days, and it's been evident. I keep a small, gosh, I don't even think it's 11-inch screen. I think it's more than that. But I keep a little Toshiba notebook open, and the only thing I have on there is my dollar index chart. And, just to see where the dollar's at. And it helps you trading so much to know where the dollar is strong and the dollar is weak, especially if you're trading dollar pairs, right? Makes sense? Okay, let's take a look at the pound. Pound sold off really big yesterday, and I'm looking for this to continue. I'd like to see this pop up a notch, get as close as we can to that daily pivot point, and we'll get in at 1.5267, and we'll get out at 1.5206. So this could be a nice 60 pip trade if we can get the entry. I wouldn't do anything with any of these pairs until like 2 hours before the London Open. The news is out for Asia already, so there's nothing's going to move this market. So we just need to wait now, and hopefully this just notches up a little bit. I mean, it's okay to take the trade if you get a bearish candlestick and you feel comfortable taking the trade now. I don't see a problem with that. You got plenty of pips to get in there and make some good profits. But let's see if we can get a notch up, and we'll just wait for like 2 hours before the London Open. We'll see if we can get a trade in and get break even before the Open, before that 30 minutes of hurrah. Okay, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar sold off very nicely yesterday. I want to bring your attention to the daily pivot, which is that magenta line with also the 200 exponential moving average. Take a look at price action there, folks, how the candles reacted to the 200 and the daily pivot and that price action at that price level, and then just sold off. What a really nice trade this was. This is where I go back to the dollar index chart, keeping it somewhere on one of your screens, or on your, if you only have one screen, keeping it on your platform and just bring it up every so often. And you would have seen this. You would have seen that the dollar was weak, and I'm sorry, that the dollar became strong, and you would have taken this down. This looks like this happened all in New York. And Yeah, so we just want to take this down to the 7203 area. I'd like to get into like 7253, and we'll take this to the downside. If you want to counter trend trade this, you can do that. You can take this up if you wanted to counter trend trade this, but realize we're on our 6th candle to the upside. So I don't know, this could be a little tricky. This might just continue down. We might have to wait for a retest of support, which now comes resistance, and then enter that way. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm going to wait till about 2 hours before London. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Wow, like I said, this thing just went bullish on us, and it's been bearish for a long time. Came up here. It's now at the daily R1 pivot, and you could see that it's been there for quite a while. So what are we going to do here? Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to wait. This is a waiting game here. I really don't want to buy this here. We're at significant resistance here. I don't want to buy this here. So this needs to come down one way or another, or it's just going to go up without me. I'd like to get in at 56.65. So what I'm looking for is I'd like to see some dojis. I'd like to see, you know, maybe a hangman candlestick formation. I want to see that the bulls are tired, and then, you know, I'd like to, you know, keep an eye on the Aussie, on other cross currencies, and see when the Aussie gets strong, and see if we can take this back down to the daily pivot at 56.07 or 56.10, somewhere in that area. We'll get out of the trade. So we have the potential to have a nice 50 pip trade here. We just need price action to do its thing. But if this thing continues up, it's going to be hard to get into, because if you entered it now, we're going to put your stop. You're going to put your stop all the way down at the daily pivot. You know, I really don't want a 60 pip stop. So, you know, that's not feasible. That's not good money management on a 30-minute chart, right? So we're going to have to wait and see. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. Really has done nothing for several days here. This has just been absolutely sideways price action, and I'd like to see this pop up a notch. We are in a good spot to sell it. The problem is that our take profit area is like right below it at the yellow support line. It's also the 200 exponential moving average and the S1 pivot at that 135.98. So I'd like to see this come up to the R1 pivot, and we could sell this at 136.56, but we need to get this to move up a notch. Well, we need this to move, period. This thing hasn't done anything in the last 3 days. This thing has just been sideways and just has not reacted to anything. And Japan has been very quiet. I haven't heard from Abby, haven't heard from Kuroda. Like, nothing's rattling the cage there, so nothing to do with this. We just need price action to kick in here. And let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Wow, what a sell-off this had. So this is now back in a bearish mode, which, you know, I was always bearish in the New Zealand. Sorry I got out of my trade. I was on a 4-hour short. I was in this to the short side, and I think I got out prematurely. And, yeah, I should have stayed in this. I got like 42 pips of it. I bailed on it yesterday. We were coming up to data, and I just didn't like it. And we was heading back up, and I just bailed out. And I think I jumped the gun. I should have just waited, because I would have really had some pips in there, because I caught it at the top. So I caught it at a good price. Anyhow, that doesn't affect today. Today's a new day, and we're looking to sell this. So with the daily pivot, I want to see a bearish candlestick formation, and we'll get in it hopefully at 0.6651. We'll get out of it about 66.10. But we need the bearish candlestick. Now, the last 2 candles you can see are indecision candles, so that's a good thing. That means maybe the bulls are getting weak, and we can get our sell trade, like I said, about 2 hours before the London Open. So glad to see this is back in its mode. You could fib this also, and you'd probably come out probably at the 50% of the last fib. So I think we're in a great spot to sell this. We just need price action to give us the entry. Okay. All right, traders. I want to thank you for being with me today, October 14th, 2015, on a Wednesday, hump day, in our trading week. Lots of data today, folks. Lots of data. Keep your economic calendars up and alive today. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.